Fred Free Radio, this is Chiara Nicoletti from the 73rd Venice International Film Festival. I'm with Rebecca Zlotowski, Lily Rose Depp, Natalie Portman, Emmanuel Salinger. Is that correct? Yes. Director and actors of the film Planetarium screening here at our competition. So welcome, guys.
Thank you.
So obviously I'm going to have to pass the microphone, but I wanted to start with Rebecca because I read that you got inspiration for the film from the real story of Bernard and Nathan, and then plus that you read about the three sisters, the medium that invented the spiritism. So I was wondering, how did you manage to include these two important and very interesting stories in one story, in one film?
Actually, I wanted to question like our relationship to faith and to beliefs and to storytelling as well. So and the two sisters, like the spiritualist sisters, there were three of them in the 19th century. I met them too in the 30s in France. Bernard Nathan, who used to be who is the inspiration of this French Jewish producer that has been like killed by the French government and the Polish government in Auschwitz. Is a very strong character as well. I wanted like this encounter to question what it is through spiritualism and through cinema that is connected to our beliefs, and how is this possible that in Europe those days, of course, there's still like those bad storytellings as anti-Semitism, homophobia, Islamophobia that still exist, and this is just about fiction.
As Director Barbera said, everything, even when we're talking about the past, we're talking about the present. So in this case, it's true. Natalie, I read that you accepted the role before the script was finished. So if it is correct, what made you accept? What made you want to do Laura?
Well, yes, mainly. I've admired Rebecca's work for so long, and also her as a person. We've been friends for a long time, and it was an incredible opportunity to get to work with someone who I learn from every time I'm next to her. She's so she's full of original thought and emotion, and is very pure, and it's really exciting to get to work with someone that you have that relationship with ahead of time too, because you have a level of trust that you don't have to build that from the beginning. You enter day one with that, and that is a completely unique experience in my life.
Obviously you agree.
Yeah, bisous. Thank you. Kiss.
Lily Rose, your character is very mature and responsible for her age, but some moments betray this fact because the fact that she's still young. So I was wondering, how did you manage to find the balance in this contrast?
In the character? I think what's so interesting about her is that she is at the same time so childlike and innocent, but also so ahead of all the adults around her, because she has this knowledge and this intelligence that nobody, even her sister, has. So that's what really intrigued me about the character, and that was the really interesting balance between being a child and being an adult, and not knowing and kind of being just kind of submitting to the world around you, and knowing and having that kind of upper hand. So I think it was just kind of interesting to keep in that mindset of she is a child, but she has more knowledge and more power than she knows really what to do with, because none of the adults around her have experienced it. So it's a really interesting thing, and I think that's what makes her kind of so in her own world a little bit, because she's living something and she has something that nobody around her can relate to.
Manuel, how much did you know about Bernard Nathan before starting? How much did you have to research on him?
Non, je connaissais pas cette histoire. C'est Rebecca qui me l'a racontée. J'ai trouvé tout à fait fascinante, et c'est d'autant plus étonnant que on a été dans la même école de cinéma. c'est un endroit où ce producteur avait ses studios et il y avait, comme Rebecca l'a fait remarquer, il n'y avait même pas une trace de cet homme. Il a été en quelque sorte effacé par l'histoire. Et elle s'est inspirée de ce... C'est quoi? Et voilà, j'ai trouvé cette histoire tout à fait fascinante et j'ai trouvé très intéressant la proposition de fiction qu'elle imaginait, qui était, ce n'est pas un biopic, même si les trois personnages sont inspirés de personnages qui ont effectivement existé. Ce sont des personnages de fiction et notamment parce que leur rencontre est une rencontre de fiction. Ces personnages ne se sont pas effectivement rencontrés. Mais en imaginant cette rencontre, elle raconte quelque chose d'extrêmement intime sur chacun de ces trois personnages. Et je trouvais cette proposition passionnante.
Thank you so much, everybody. We don't have enough time for more questions, but Rebecca, they're all happy to have worked with you, so thank you so much for being with us. Thank you. Good luck. And this is Chiara Nicoletti for Fred, the Festival Insider.